Part 3. Oh, spare me now, my friends, your packages of God. Some days the swelling pinched his eyes shut, so he couldn't see the flies that gorged their black bellies in the putrid pus that seeped like thin and yellow sap from crimson bark, built up with dreadful days of dark and drying blood. Only his wife dared touch his cloak, and with a knife relieve at times some throbbing boil, and with her own bare hands pour oil on his malignant neck and smooth it down along his back to soothe his pain. As days and weeks went by, the quiet news that Job might die spread down to Teman and the clan of Eliphaz the Wise, and ran its course along the western way among the Arab tribes, who say their father was the ancient chief named Shua, known for proverbs brief and penetrating to the soul, where Bildad had his school and stole the hearts of all the Shuhite men. The news went northward too, and when it reached the town of Tadmor, the old man Zophar wept and wore his grieving robe as he set out to meet Bildad en route from Babylon, and then connect with Eliphaz, all three bedecked for burying their friend, if they should come in time. 8 weeks, 1 day, and 7 painful hours had passed since Job was struck. How can I last? He often thought. How can I take 1 hour more and not forsake my God? One afternoon, Job raised his pinched and swollen eyes and praised his God because he saw 3 friends. Job said, "Oh, how your coming lends new strength to this old rotten corpse. 'Twas you, Bildad, who said, 'It warps the mind to let it soak too long in solitude.' Behold, no throng around the mighty Job, well bent, as you would say, and had been spent and broken too in twain between the loss and pain, but for my queen, my servant queen, and mirror of my God. But I do need and love your coming. Sit, and do not touch this corpse. One only loves so much as that." Through 7 days they sat and wept with Job, so broken that they could not speak. Job felt the power of silent love, and every hour was like a gift. But near the end of 7 days, a boding blend of gray and scarlet streaked the sky, and Job waked with a trembling sigh. I've seen this sky before. It seeps from some great battle in the deeps of angel-riven heaven, and if I know the signs, it means some cliff is in my way. Oh God, hold on to me. I have no strength. This dawn is darkening over me, and I do fear another fall may lie before me in this path of pain. That morning, in the dripping rain, the words of Eliphaz, like war, exploded in the mist and tore a chasm through the heart of Job. Think now, good friend, and let me probe with you the wisdom of the wise. Have any ears on earth or eyes perceived the innocent so slain? Or have the upright ever lain in ashes as we see you lie, or suffered with such boils? Apply what mind is left to you, and find the cause of this great pain behind your seeming innocence, and seek your God in penitence, and keep no longer secret all your sins." Job didn't move or speak. The winds of such incriminations crashed against his staggering soul and smashed the fingers barely grasping to the goodness of his God. "That's true, great prince of Uz." The voice belonged to Bildad. "Oh, whom have you wronged, once noble Job? For I have learned 100 proverbs, all concerned with why calamities befall a man. And one thread runs through all. The righteous have a prosperous lot, but those who curse and sin do not. The more your sin is large or small, the more your comforts rise and fall. Uncover what is hidden, friend, and there will be a happy end. With swollen eyes, unblinking, fixed on Bildad's face, Job felt a mixed affection in his soul. I've known these men for decades now. This tone, this thin and artificial slur against my life does not concur with years of empathy and love. Job spied the bleeding sky above and pondered whence this turnabout. And then Zophar spoke out. Remember, Job, the Lord is high above the earth, and he can spy iniquity in any place. There is no hiding sin. The face of the Almighty is not veiled by man, nor has he ever failed to see and judge. Job, let your sin be put away, and hide not in your tents the bounty of deceit, and then your days will all be sweet. Job pulled himself up on one side and trembling said, How can you chide a blameless soul when God for naught has like a wounded eagle caught it in his snare and plucked it bare and broken both its wings? I dare you, friends, to demonstrate your word. Make known to me how I have erred. I am not guilty, as you say. And should the great Almighty slay me in this cage, I will, with my last breath, protest your charge, deny my guilt, and call your wisdom vain. Clichés among the dullards, plain and bright as day to all the blind. Green words unripened in the mind. Whence comes this cure? A crystal ball? Worthless physicians are you all. Then Eliphaz set tenderness aside and said, God will not bless a stubborn soul. How great must be your crime to hide relentlessly behind the guise of innocent travail. I hear the bleak lament of widows that you must have mocked, and orphans weeping that you locked outside your doors. Bildad joined in. Come, Job. What other cause but sin would make God crush your children there? He pointed to the valley where the house of Zachan used to stand. You build your fragile hope on sand if you cannot discern the hand of God in your demise. Job scanned the faces of his friends, if there might be some opening or prayer. Oh, I discern the hand of God, my friends. I grant no other rod's slightest countenance. What I deny is not that God on high makes winds to blow and lightning to strike, but rules as you might like. I do not know why I lie here and you sit there, but I am clear it is not that I've sinned and you are clean. Your maxims, be they few or thousands, will not stand before the bar of God. Oh, that some door were open to the court of God, and I might make my case unflawed before the judge of all the world, and prove this storm has not been hurled against me or my children there because of hidden crimes. Oh, spare me now, my friends, your packages of God, your simple adages, be good and strong, but weak when wrong. They make good rote and clever song, but do not hold the wisdom of our God. A whisper from above is all I have. Yet from it I have learned through horrid nights that my Redeemer lives. And when my skin has been destroyed, then from within shall I behold him on my side, and I will live, though I have died. O risen Christ, shine forth and be a blazing warning by the sea. a signal where the sailors cling to life through reefs of suffering and need the blast of light and bell. Beware what here beneath may dwell. Beware of subtle, shrewd assaults. A half-truth can be wholly false. Beware of wisdom made in schools and proverbs in the mouth of fools. Beware of claims that rise too tall. The upright stand and wicked fall. Beware the thought that all is vain. In time, God's wisdom will be plain.